Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruth. Welcome back to Pixelette. What is Pixelette about? Pixelette is a graphic design channel tailored to your every need as a graphic designer. This means we're going to be doing a lot of tutorials, book reads, reviews and all that. So I myself am a graphic designer. I've said that for like millions of years. Okay, so I've done some graphic design works and for clients and also for myself for a lot of things. So in today's video we're going to be looking at this font psychology and what it is about, and I really think that foundational to your growth and your progress as a graphic designer is knowing about typography, about fonts, about typefaces, what they are and how they use it. So font psychology is about that. We're going to be looking at why you should use fonts. We're going to be looking at the effect that fonts have on your consumers, your clients and all whatnot. So to help me with that, I'm going to be using Canva, a resource I found on Canva. I think it's really important, and really it has what I want. So what is Canva basically? Canva is it's a graphic design or designer resource place, a website where you can go to get what you need as a graphic designer, meaning that there are templates for you to use as a graphic designer. But I would really advise you as a graphic designer also to use Canva with a pinch of salt. Let me explain. Canva has like a ready-made templates for you to use, and it's very easy as a graphic designer to be like, okay, I don't really need to do all the hard work to design from scratch, and I just really need to go on Canva, get a template and just like delete everything on it and just put what I want and my design is good to go. But then there are limitations to this, and as you grow, with growth comes more desire to explore, so you might not really okay, so personally I used Canva for some time and I have like over 200 designs on Canva. So I think you should use Canva and also combine it with another software like Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or something that will just push you to be the best you can be. So we're going to be looking at font psychology, and so what is font psychology and why should you know font psychology? So first of all, font psychology is a very powerful thing, because understanding it just gives you an edge and influences how well you use your fonts and how well you combine them. It's just awesome to know it. So what is font psychology? Let's see what Canva has to say about this. Okay, now people have very different thoughts, feelings and associations with different font types. So for example, if you use a Comic Sans in a design, it's going to create a very different emotional response for your audience than if you were to use like Arial or Roboto or Montserrat. So that kind of feeling and the thoughts that when someone looks at your design and the kind of thoughts that it creates for them, the feeling that it sort of creates for them, is font psychology. So why is it important for you as a graphic designer to use font psychology to your advantage? So it allows you to use the right types of fonts for your design. Now many times, most especially for young graphic designers or those just basically starting out, you just choose fonts randomly, but no, you're not choose fonts randomly. You're not to now there's also something I would say at this point is that you can basically go on Google and you're like, okay, what is the best sanitary font to use, or what is the best serif font to use, or what's the best script font to use, and Google gives you research that has been done and all that stuff. But then it's very important also for you as a graphic designer to know what you're using it. So when you use a sans serif, what is the importance? What is your why, really? I think as a graphic designer you have to ask a lot of whys. Why should I use this? Why should I use this? Why should I use this picture? Why should I use this font? You don't just use things because you like them. That's basically ornamentation, and you should not be found doing that. So one of the most powerful reasons you use font psychology is to drive your design decisions, is because it's going to allow you to choose the right fonts for your designs, and then it now gives you like the control over how your audience, you know, reacts to your design. So it helps you choose right fonts and helps you to avoid wrong fonts. So let's go on. Now I like us to look at this picture on my screen right here. Now this web page that was created with a Sanitary font, and then let's look at the other one with this is a serif font. So looking at both web pages, or both flyers, or what they are. Now when different audiences look at both of them, there's a thought that comes to mind, and there is like a feeling and, you know, something that just happens to them that really helps them to understand what your design is for, and then just helps you hit your goals, right? So let's just go on. So let's look at the major font categories and what they are for, because that's what font typology is. We're looking at each and every font, you know, font that there are, and also we're going to be looking at what they mean, like what they embody. Now this is not like a rule, like yes, this is it, but then based on research and what's been done, this has been proven to be true. So now when we look at a serif font is, now look at this logo on my screen, the Wells Fargo logo and the Advisor logo. Now when you want to use a serif font, now from research and what's been done, and even from those who created the font, using a serif font has this kind of trust, respect, authority, formality kind of vibe it gives to your design, really. So you find companies like financial companies, law firms, insurance company, consultants using this font more. So if you want to design something in that line, for example, you want to design a word mark logo and it's for a very like a law firm or a financial company or something, a serif font's like the best shot for you. Two logos for two law firms, Falcoma Law and Vane Smith's, you know, law offices, both use serif fonts. So you can see sort of like they're looking very formal, and I think I can zoom in a little bit on them. They're looking very formal, looking very authoritative, and not just, you know, not just there. So that's the aim of, that's what the serif font tends to achieve. Now you take for example you want to design a logo for a children's like clothing line or a children's drink or something. Obviously you're not going to use a sans serif for the logo. Like, I think it's just not appropriate. Maybe someone might disagree with me, but I think it's not appropriate to use for a children's, you know, for a children's brand. You should use something funky, something fun, and not just like something straightforward as a serif font. But then you can also combine, you know, script and sans serif, script and handwriting or something to just yes, depending on your choice. Now we look at sans serif, and now if you want me to do a video describing and defining the type of font and, you know, the differences between them, just let me know in the description box. Did I say description box? In the comment box. Okay, so let's go on. So the next one, we have the Sanitary Font, and yes, when you think of the, you know, the Sanitary Font, you're looking at like the more sophisticated cousins of the serifs, really. So when you want to use a sans serif, what is like the emotion or the thoughts you're expecting, or, you know, from your audience or the people you're designing for? Is like straightforward, modern, trust, sophisticated, tech focused, and cutting edge. It's like, you know, what you want to portray with using a sans serif font. So what kind of brands would sort of like need, or most likely use a sanitary font? We have tech companies, fashion brands, startups. Yes, so I think there's an example here. Yes, this is Santori, is a brand, and also Balkan Studio Architecture. These are like companies, and these are their logos. So you see, like, it's kind of like a modern, I think the modern is like shouting, so this is modern, this is like modern, and then trustworthy, just like the stability that comes with using a sans serif. So let's move on to the script. The script font is like gives us sort of like a special look and a flowy kind of look. I think this font would go for the elegant, sophisticated, fancy, creative, happy, look, and also traditional and whimsical. So script fonts can be a fantastic choice for a number of brands, industries that so we have food and beverage. I said it. Food, beverage brands, fashion brand, children focused brands. I think it is like, I should shout this, you cannot, I don't think it's appropriate to use a serif for a children, like a child's milk drink. Like seriously, guy, like, what's your problem? So I think, so that's just basically it. Let's see that. Yes, so this is Hollies. This is a logo for Hollies, and it's just like use the script, and it's like it's just awesome. Words sort of fail me, so let's just go on. So let's look at examples of font psychology in actions. So we see this logo of Mr. Frosty ice cream that was established in 2007. Just like you see the blend of sans serif with script, a very beautiful script font that was used. So you see how it was combined. Just imagine that the script font was like exchange for a sans serif, sorry, and you notice how serious an ice cream company is going to look, like a law firm. So the next one, okay, this is also the logo in a different dimension. So another one is this is also a script font and a sans serif font combined together. Okay, so let's move on. Now this is like powerful. So these are basically sans serif fonts that were used, but then you notice how to demonstrate or to show how powerful it is. So you notice how it kind of like flows. The BOUNC is sort of like flows. So Nike Hyperdome 2016 Fly Knit, and we have the bounce for day, so it's like a basketballer bouncing relay. So it's like very awesome. So just imagine a serif font or a handwritten font. I think it's not going to like bring out what the company wants to portray. So that's very important to note there. Another example I have there is yes, let's go down a little bit. A sans serif, just like bold, just straight to the point, just tells the information. Just imagine a script font was used here. Really, guys, no way, that's not going to work. I think the Sanitary Font just brought out the whole, what it portrays, and just communicated straightforward. So just imagine a script was used. I think a script would have been, distracting, and because I think the focus of this this beautiful piece of work is the lady in the picture, and this is a modern magazine. So just imagine a script font was used. I think it would like take your attention, like there'll be like a distraction, sort of like something like that. I'm saying sort of a lot, really, so pardon me. Now, authoritative. This is a serif font. The only thing that should influence the news is the news. So you notice it's like straightforward, straightforward and authoritative. really authority. Just imagine a script font was used. A script font would just be like a playful kind of thing, and this, I'm sure the designers wanted it to be like pass the information straight, that's it. So let's just go on to the next one. So this is another one. This is so this is like a script font used on this on this work here, and it's fall fashion flyer. A strong serif font takes a center stage in the middle here, but then obviously a script font was used for the fall, and then yes. So let's go on. So this is like sad, portray sad. I think this is a little bit tiny, but we can see it. Whatever you can imagine, we've seen more, we've seen worse. So this is a puppy, a brick, and a sack. So it's like a very, very sad picture, and the font was used appropriately, and that's what I want to show. So let's just go on. Let me scroll down a little bit, and so basically this is another work, but I'm not going to talk about that one. So basically you just have to use font to your advantage. You have to use type to advantage. You do not just choose a font because you like it, and you know, you just have to know why you're using it and what is the goal of your design. What do you want to pass across to your audience, and that. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box. If you have any videos you want me to do, also leave them in the comment box. I will read them and I will do them as soon as I can, because I'm here for you. So